Schuyler County, something for everyone, plus so much more. Plan your Schuyler County and New York State adventure today.
WZMQ 19, CBS, Marquette.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, new details about an armed home invasion in Negaunee Saturday, what 2 suspects are facing for breaking into a woman's home and shooting at her. Plus, a Dickinson County school receives a prestigious national award for its student test scores, the honor for Norway Vulcan schools. And how you can help a Delta County ice cream shop make Halloween fun for everyone. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
An absolutely beautiful day out there today. These are the late summer days we live for. So Ariane, what's ahead tonight?
Well, friends, I know the aurora was out last night. If we take a look at chances for that tonight, that's a little bit further north than what we saw last night. Also, we've probably got more cloudy conditions this evening, so less likely chances of seeing that, but you never know. You might be a little bit lucky. Mostly sunny skies, though, throughout the week. We could see some pop-up sprinkles here and there. Excuse me, and then those temps peaking at around 80 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday. I've got your full forecast coming up after the break.
All right, Ariane, thank you very much. We're learning new details tonight about a home invasion and shooting that took place in Negaunee early Saturday morning. Just before 4 a.m. Saturday, Negaunee police were called to a home for shots fired. Police say 35-year-old Joshua Luke Rhodes and 33-year-old Adrian Diane Rhodes attempted to break into the home through a window. Joshua Rhodes shot at the homeowner, a 60-year-old woman, who returned fire, shooting 1 round at Rhodes. No one was injured. Both Adrian and Josh were arraigned yesterday. Joshua Rhodes has been charged with assault with intent to murder, first-degree home invasion, and 2 felony firearm counts. His bond was set at $500,000 cash or surety. Adrian Rhodes has been charged with first-degree home invasion and 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon. Her bond was set at $10,000. Both have been scheduled for a probable cause hearing on September 21st and a preliminary examination hearing on September 28th. A Mohawk man has died after a rollover crash early this morning. The Keweenaw County Sheriff's Office says it happened just after 2 a.m. on US 41 in Mohawk. Deputies say the 50-year-old driver lost control, crossed the center line, and rolled into an unoccupied house. The driver was taken to UP Health System Portage, where he later died from his injuries. The crash remains under investigation. WZMQ will update this story as more information becomes available. Developing now, United Auto Workers President Shawn Fain announced a new Friday deadline in the strike the union is waging against the big 3 automakers. In a video posted on social media, Fain says if Ford, General Motors, or Chrysler parent company Stellantis have not made substantial progress toward what he calls a fair agreement, the UAW will call on more members to join the walkout. The UAW is currently seeking a 36% raise over 4 years, as well as job and cost of living protections. The union rejected offers from Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis centered around a 20% raise. So far, just 3 plants have been targeted. The deadline is approaching for a Michigan credit that could help cover home heating costs this winter. Michigan's home heating credit helps qualified families pay for heating expenses, and the deadline to apply is September 30th. You don't have to file taxes to qualify for the credit. The Michigan Treasury says to just contact your local tax preparer or visit MichiganFreeTaxHelp.org for help filing separately. As summer comes to a close, Treasury outreach specialists say they're trying to make sure anyone qualified is registered.
Over 250,000 Michiganders have received the credit, and they receive up to annually about $200 a year, which frees up a lot of income then that you can use towards other critical needs in your house.
We have more information about how to apply at WZMQ19.com. A Dickinson County school district is gaining national recognition for its above-average student test scores. The Norway-Vulcan Area School District was honored as a Blue Ribbon School, one of only a few in the state to receive the prestigious title. The school is being honored based on its test scores from last year, and the school has already beaten its own record since then. The award is only allowed to a school once every 5 years, according to the superintendent.
It happens without really good staff and families, and so I'm really thankful to our staff. I'm really thankful to our families for trusting us to educate their kids. It's a really big deal. I mean, only up until today, only one other school in the Upper Peninsula had gotten this award since 1982.
We'll have more on Norway Vulcan's achievement tonight at 11:10 Central. A Marquette County organization is looking for volunteers to help fight hunger. The Marquette County Crop Hunger Walk takes place October 1st at the Marquette Hope Connection Center. 25% of the money raised will be distributed between Northern Michigan University's food pantry and the St. Vincent de Paul services. Participants will walk around 3 miles to the NMU Food Bank and back to the Marquette First Presbyterian Church. Organizers say everyone can help by dropping off non-perishable food items at the church at any time.
And if they wanted to put, like I did, I put a box out at my church for people to bring, you know, if everybody brought one canned good, that box would be overflowing. So it's a small thing, but everybody can maybe do something small, and as all the small things come together, it becomes something very large.
We have more details about the crop walk at WZMQ19.com. In Dickinson County this weekend, a local film prodigy is getting ready to spread his artistic wings. The Brown Mart Theater is showcasing a production featuring a series of short films based around the city of Iron Mountain, including a comedy skit that takes place at Bee's Cafe in the downtown district. The filmmaker is a recent homeschool graduate who credits local industry apprenticeships in the city for helping develop his skills. He heads off to a 3-year film school in California just days after his weekend debut.
Nice little scene here now, and there's a lot of people that'll just help each other out, and you know, there's actors here, there's cameramen, so you can really do a lot with just a few people. There will be me speaking in between, giving the behind-the-scenes details about everything.
The premiere is this Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. We have ticket information on our website. A Delta County business is making Halloween costumes more affordable and accessible for families. The Gladstone Dairy Flow is hosting a Halloween costume swap. The public is invited to bring in a costume and exchange it for one that's already been donated at no cost. Anyone who donates a costume without taking one will receive a $10 Dairy Flow gift certificate. Any costumes not taken by October 15th will be donated to students in local schools.
Maybe can't afford an expensive costume, or I really want to be a monkey this year, but monkey costumes are $40 and sorry, we just can't afford that. Well, we have a monkey costume. Maybe they were going to have to be the same thing they were last year or wear a hand-me-down. Now they have a wide variety and it's free to them.
Costumes can be dropped off at the Gladstone Dairy Flow Monday through Thursday from 11 to 8 and Friday through Saturday from 11 to 9 and Sunday from noon to 8. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, the deadline approaches for the federal government to reach an agreement on a budget. We're live in Washington, where House Republicans say they've made a deal. And later, a light show across the UP skies last night and our chances of seeing the aurora again tonight. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know, we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
Tonight,
this is the story the American people need to know.
The secret team that exposed Mexican drug cartels running elaborate gun trafficking networks inside the U.S. and debris from a missing fighter jet is recovered. But the question remains, what went wrong on the CBS Evening News?
Someday your son's going to test you. It's going to force you to make a decision.
A man must stand with his people, and we are not your people. There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is. Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
My dad, he's a double amputee, and he's one of my favorite people in the world. To me, a hero is someone who fights for our country and freedom. My dad is a hero. Homes for Our Troops built this house, and my dad can get through the wide doorways. He can reach anything.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
This is home for CBS, WZMQ 19.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
Still very pleasant out there with those temperatures in the 60s, 63 here in Marquette. I can see the sun shining out of our studio windows. Get out there and enjoy that because we could see some sprinkles and cloudier conditions the next couple of days. Low chances for the northern lights tonight, but you could get lucky if you're on the east portion of the UP, as we'll expect more clouds moving in this evening. We could see some fog after midnight, and then those temperatures warmer than the past couple nights. 45 to 55 tomorrow. Will warm up even more, 70 to maybe 80 degrees, and that sunshine hanging out for just a little bit longer. Tomorrow evening, though, partly to mostly cloudy skies and those temperatures in the evening, similar to what we're going to have for tonight. Right now, we're looking fairly dry the past couple of hours, maybe some sprinkles further west of us, but as the current radar is showing not much of a blip out there right now. Those clouds moving in, especially over in the west half. This is what we're looking at for this evening. So like I said, if you have any chance of northern lights, maybe head to Canada because it's going to be a little bit cloudy out there. 9 a.m. we could see some showers rolling in through Gogebic County before things clear out. Again, mostly sunny skies, and then maybe some pop-up sprinkles Wednesday evening. Nothing too dramatic. Munising and Alger County going to see some pop-ups throughout that morning, and then around 5 p.m. on Thursday, central portions of the UP can expect some showers, maybe even a thunderstorm there. As of right now, though, we'll expect those showers for the central and eastern portions of the UP before things kind of clear out later on in the evening. On Wednesday, Social District, if you're heading to Manistee or Marquette or Negaunee, we'll expect temperatures to be close to 70 tomorrow, and then in the evening, still about the same temperature with most or partly cloudy skies, and then overnight lows in that 50-degree range for most of us. Tomorrow, those highs, like I mentioned, could be up to about 80 degrees, especially over there in the west on Ontonagon and Ironwood, about 77, that expected high. And then we've also got music on 3rd Street on Thursday here in Marquette. The event goes from 6 to 8 o'clock. We'll expect partly sunny skies, and then those temperatures still sitting pretty in the 60s. Love the sound of that. 7-day outlook for Marquette. Toasty sunshine, like I mentioned, on Thursday. Friday will cool down a little bit, and then that's going to be the case into next week. Chances of showers about 30% for this weekend, and then we could see some next week, but we're looking a little bit drier again.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We're getting the details about what you should know about sepsis and how to prevent infections from becoming more serious. That conversation 2 minutes away.
Superior Collision is seeking a certified auto body technician for full-time employment. Qualified candidates can call or apply in person, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Pictionary.
Jump rope. Jump rope.
Every weekday. Weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
I'm Lily Simmons. Watch my reports from Escanaba and Delta County only on WZMQ 19 News.
Now more than ever, you need to know what's happening here in Washington. Decisions affecting your life by the people you set here. I'm Rachel Knapp. tracking the daily decisions by your senators and representatives. That's my job, and I report to you. Healthcare, education, the economy, taxes, jobs, all hang in the balance. Watch my reports from Capitol Hill only on WZMQ 19 News.
%80 of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500. Call 800-719-6702 for a free, no-obligation in-home consultation.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Tonight on Insights, September is Sepsis Awareness Month. It's something we've likely all heard about, but tonight we're learning more about what sepsis is, how to treat it, and even how to prevent it. Joining us tonight from Aspirus Health is Nurse Tara Graham. Thank you so much for joining us, Tara.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, Tara. Thank you for being on here. So tell us what sepsis even is.
Sepsis is the body's overwhelming and life-threatening response to infection that can lead to tissue damage, organ failure, or even death.
So what causes sepsis? I feel like we've all heard about it on those medical dramas, and it always sounds like this very scary thing. How does it even happen?
Well, infections can put you and your family at risk. When germs get into a person's body, they can cause an infection. And if you don't stop the infection, it can lead to sepsis. While bacterial infections cause most sepsis cases, other infections that lead to sepsis are like viral infections due to, say, like COVID or influenza, and fungal infections as well.
Okay. Is this something that is contagious then?
Sepsis itself is not contagious, but you can spread infections to others, and that can cause sepsis. So by itself, it's not contagious, but the infections that cause the sepsis can be contagious.
Gotcha. I know I've heard that a lot of... Sure. I know I've heard a lot of times that people will get sepsis while they're in the hospital. Is that where people are most likely to get sepsis, is when they're already hospitalized for something, or it can just happen even if you're just walking down the street?
Both. There's people that are more at risk that can cause sepsis. According to the CDC, 1.7 million adults in the U.S. develop sepsis, and 350,000 adults who develop sepsis during their hospitalization can develop during their hospitalization or are discharged to hospice. So, I mean, not every patient that is hospitalized can lead to sepsis, but these people that are hospitalized are more at risk. So
is sepsis something that is treatable then?
It is treatable. There is a diagnosis, and treatment quickly is the key to reducing patient outcomes. So treatment, research shows that rapid effective sepsis treatment includes giving appropriate treatment, including antibiotics if it's a bacterial infection, maintaining blood flow to organs, and sometimes surgery required to remove tissue that is damaged by infections.
So what are some of the steps that people can take to reduce their risk of getting sepsis?
Well, the number one thing is good hand hygiene, and to reduce the risk of sepsis, you can prevent infections by taking care of your chronic conditions, getting recommended vaccines, since vaccinations prevent some infections, Practice good hygiene, washing hands, keeping your cuts or wounds clean and covered until they're healed, especially if you had a surgical procedure. Know the signs and symptoms of infection, and act fast because sepsis is a medical emergency.
For sure. Well, Tara, thank you so much for sharing that insight tonight. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Still ahead tonight, the clock is ticking for Congress to pass a budget for a government shutdown. We're live in Washington, where House Republicans say an agreement has been reached. And later, the updated COVID-19 vaccine is now available as infections and hospitalizations are starting to increase again. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. The Trillium House in Marquette is looking for help serving meals to its residents. This is a daily need from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Volunteers will help cook, serve meals, clean up the kitchen, and some other things. To sign up to be a volunteer for this or check out other opportunities, just head on over to upersunited.com.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. A medical breakthrough, what we're learning about the new nasal spray that could be an alternative to EpiPens. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Shop hundreds of lazy boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
You knew this game was due for a changeup, right?
That's silly.
Competitors will have to face one of the most daunting challenges yet. Michaela, you gotta go! It is imperative that you get this victory today.
Usually when people are this terrified, the fear ends up overcoming them. I'm actually worried about her.
Oh! I feel so bad.
This place is a madhouse.
The Challenge USA, new Thursday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
The second annual fundraising event supporting the Children's Miracle Network hospitals is coming. Join RE/MAX First Realty in Marquette and enjoy fun for the whole family. Activities include a raffle and silent auction, bounce house, fire truck, face painting, plus balloon pop games, trike races, and cornhole. Join us Wednesday, September 20th from 4 to 7 p.m. at RE/MAX First Realty, 2854 Venture Drive in Marquette. All proceeds go to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. WZMQ 19 News, proud to be a 2023 supporting sponsor with RE/MAX First Realty. See you there.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
Never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do.
Treatment works.
WZMQ 19 News, live and local news, first warning weather, exclusive interviews. Named Best Newscast by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. Make the switch to WZMQ 19 News.
In Washington, the clock is ticking for Congress to finalize spending bills. With a lot of fighting among House Republicans, it's been slow to move those bills forward. But today, House Republicans announced an agreement has been made. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp joins us live from the U.S. Capitol on this. Rachel, good evening.
Good evening, Sarah. So in this House Republican press conference this morning, you can just feel the frustration some of these Republicans members have with their colleagues because it's been very difficult negotiating and just trying to move some of these spending bills forward. But some of these House Republicans say that they have a plan that they hope will move forward in the House and onto the Senate. So their plan is to pass a short-term continuing resolution that keeps funding the government until they can all come to an agreement on these spending bills. In this short-term CR, it would cut more spending for federal agencies and implement Trump-era border initiatives. This comes at a time where leaders in both chambers say a short-term measure is needed to keep the government up and running after the September 30th deadline. A handful of far-right Republicans have pushed back the idea of a short-term measure, which has kept these bills from moving forward. Today, you can just feel the frustration among some Republicans.
This is the most conservative CR ever put forward. And for some of my colleagues to walk away from continuing to fund government, from securing the border, from cutting spending, and for protecting our vets is a mistake.
If my conservative colleagues want to vote against that, go explain that. Go explain that you're voting against a 30-day 8% cut to the federal bureaucracy while having a piece of legislation attached to it that is the strongest border legislation ever passed, and it was passed out of this House Republican conference.
Sarah, even if this proposal moves out of the House, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer took to social media saying that this is, or he called it an extremist proposal, and saying that it would actually harm the American people. So it's safe to say that it would not move far in the Democratic-controlled Senate. But again, Congress has just a short amount of time to finalize these spending bills. Sarah.
Mike, thank you very much, Rachel. Meanwhile, today, an updated COVID-19 vaccine is now available. The new shots come as cases and hospitalizations are increasing and the respiratory virus season is picking up. Stephanie Stahl has more.
Gigi Hua is first in line at Walgreens in Manhasset, New York, to get the updated COVID-19 vaccine.
I heard the COVID is peaking again.
The 48-year-old also opted for additional protection in her other arm, receiving her flu shot.
I don't want to get COVID. I certainly don't want to get the flu, so I'm getting both.
Updated COVID-19 vaccines are rolling out as cases and hospitalizations continue to increase. The latest CDC data shows more than 20,000 hospital admissions for COVID-19 in the first week of September. That's up 7.7% from the previous week.
We've started our respiratory illness season, and we are so busy trying to protect our neighborhood and our patients.
The CDC expects the total number of hospitalizations this year from COVID, flu, and RSV to be similar to last year, higher than levels before the pandemic. For the first time, vaccines for all three of the major respiratory viruses are available this fall.
One vaccine in each arm.
Pharmacy manager Helen Mazer reminds patients they can get more than one vaccine at their visit.
Not only will it save you time, but it takes 2 weeks for the vaccines to start working. So you'll be fully covered by the time the season really hits.
At 60 years old, it's recommended Ziba Rahman get the new RSV vaccine.
I have elderly parents. I have people who are immune compromised in my family, and I don't want to bring home anything.
She also got her flu shot to do everything she can to keep herself and her loved ones healthy this winter.
Please do stay with us for 15 minutes.
Updated COVID-19 shots will be covered for most people through private insurance, but the uninsured can receive the latest vaccine free of charge under the new federal Bridge Access program. Another cool night is ahead, but we will continue to warm up into the weekend. Ariane has the outlook on the way next.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
This is what it's all about.
From the most iconic sign in the world,
you're one decision away from going home,
to the most amazing places around the world.
Welcome to Vietnam!
The Amazing Race is back, and this time it's bigger than ever.
Literally anything can happen, and you have to keep going.
With 90-minute episodes, whole season long. Go!
The Amazing Race, new season, Wednesday, September 27th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Someday your son's gonna test you. It's gonna force you to make a decision.
A man must stand with his people. Now we are not your people.
There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is.
Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
Have you heard? Affordable healthcare is better than ever. And right now there are more carriers and plans to choose from. The government's Affordable Care Act is available for individual and family health coverage plans with little to no cost to you. 70% of callers qualify for a zero-cost healthcare coverage. See if you are one of them. This is not Medicaid or Medicare. This is the Marketplace with the largest selection of healthcare plans from the Affordable Care Act. Call 800-626-9042.
Temps right now in the 60-degree range. We're going to stick with this for the next couple of days, although we are going to be warmer tomorrow. Wednesday afternoon, we're close to 70 degrees for most of our school students and of course, everybody else. And then Run Iron Mountain going on this Saturday. We'll expect partly sunny skies, 25% chance of showers. Those temps starting off a little bit cool. Your 7-day outlook for Escanaba, nice and warm until chances of showers this weekend.
Finally tonight, the sky put on a light show again last night. The northern lights were visible across the UP late last night and into the early hours of this morning. These pictures were taken with a drone over the city of Ishpeming by our operations manager. We were seeing pictures from all the way up in the Keweenaw, over to Manistee, over Lake Michigan. NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center isn't showing much luck for us tonight to see the aurora, and like Ariane said, it's probably going to be too cloudy anyway, but we know they'll come back eventually. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central. Have a good evening.
The message